Wuss.
Oi.
Why won't my motherfucker?
Losh, Nonga, losh.
What the fuck's happening to my phone?
Yo, Rankop.
What the fuck?
Turn your phone sideways, bro. Turn your phone on its side. Sure.
Or just leave with
A
that.
bit dressed.
Yeah, it's like, you man. We really didn't want to answer his questions.
They were cut questions. Who's Desmond?
Diamond. But he's so Desmond Bain verskrik.
Bandwagon.
No.
Wesley, can you hear me?
Fuck, where the fuck is this?
Motherfucker.
Boom.
There you go. She
Boom.
talk.
Fuck, man. This took me fucking unnecessarily forever. What the fuck's going on here? My phone just kicked me out by. Anyway. What's up, Owens? Dallas? There's no Dallas in the house.
I'm on the bus. You're getting on the bus. When you getting on the bus?
Cheers, fellas, for bus tripping all year.
Somebody's making cut here with his view. Wait.
Where's your beer? Oh, he's got a jet.
I got a gin too.
I'm a little bit disappointed that Wesley didn't see
Oh shit! Okay. He's got the Hansa. See what I'm drinking again? I'm hooked, bruh.
That malt, that Castle double malt is not bad, huh?
Bruh, I am loving it. It tastes like it's like a
Engel op my tong
soft.
gepipeerd. Huh?
Yeah, it's like a soft beer. It's just like cheese that melts on your tongue. It's just like but for beer. That's weird.
I think it tastes like a Pilsner maybe for me. But I got a dumb palate, so fuck knows. But for me it tastes like so crispy like a Pilsner.
All I heard was I have a dumb palate. I don't know, how do you have a dumb palate? This was for you, boss.
Dumb. Tastes foko, it just tastes curry.
Wait.
Nothing wrong with that, no?
Gents, welcome to episode 16 of the NBA SA show. Every time when I upload it and I think to myself, I can't believe we actually really doing now 16. That's quite
survive a whole season.
Yeah. Even if we just do a whole season, I'll be fucking pussy pressed. Like for three men who live their own lives, husbands, fathers, it's not fucking easy to do this. It's not easy to fucking do this all the time.
It's a
But
lie.
we fucking do it.
That's a lie.
Cheers.
It's a lie.
Cheers. We do it.
It's a lie. It's a lie. We don't live our own lives. We don't live our own lives. Don't lie. Don't lie to the audience.
You don't live your own life. Yeah.
So like the audience.
Yeah.
Our one brother watches us. Our one guy.
You know, three. We don't get it ourselves. All three of you. The three that aren't these three.
Yeah.
No, our wives. I mean, my wife doesn't follow.
Even does mine.
And she live on TikTok.
Oh, Wes, you're cutting the wrong clips, Wes. You're cutting the wrong clips.
I think so. God damn. All right, boys. I wanted to start this evening off celebrating a coach. All right. All three of us were coaches. We've coached multiple teams. And I think it would be wrong of us to not acknowledge what Pop has done for the Spurs franchise. But before I give my whole soliloquy about him,
that word came out hot.
oh, you guys are the worst. You guys are the worst. Tell me. I'm not gonna go with Kirk first because I know Kirk is a big Spurs fan. So I'm gonna ask you two separate questions. Timmy, talk to me about what Pop means to you in terms of a basketball coach, right? And just reflect a little bit on his career as a coach, how he impacted you possibly. Floor's yours, bro.
Okay, so first and foremost, he was the bastard that kept on beating Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm so surprised that you mentioned Dallas in your answer.
Surprised.
I am nothing else if not consistent, sir. I can be Then maybe most importantly, you mentioned that I suppose he was the actually another funny thing was he was the person behind that beautiful game. Right? If you haven't watched any of the YouTube clips, right, where it starts with Magic Johnson talking about the Spurs and then watching that Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan Spurs, and they played beautiful basketball. Right? Actually, I mean, in many ways, I think that influenced a lot of my basketball philosophy as a coach, no doubt. Yeah, that whole philosophy. The reality is that actually, as a coach, although he did that, he would also be the same coach, right, that would adapt their games to whatever's around, right? Like you'd go, oh, I don't like 3-pointers, but if his team was good at shooting, right, you'd make them shoot, right? Or the analytics going, mid-range game is terrible, but actually his teams would shoot a lot of it. And he was a great coach because he adjusted to what he had, right? And you'd win with it, right? Within I suppose his philosophy. I think that's awesome. But by far the most memorable and best part of Pop, right? Other than the beautiful game and affecting the philosophy and all of his winnings, etc., are definitely his coaching interviews. No doubt. If I could emulate anything, I'd only emulate that. That is what I want. I want to go to Pop in any one of the interviews I ever had.
Yeah.
He's the only coach that could tell an interviewer you're asking a tough question.
Yeah. And we would love it because we'd agree. That's stupid question. Yeah. Kirk, as a am I assuming right though? I mean, you would regard yourself as a primetime Spurs fan, right?
I jumped on the Spurs bandwagon, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, the bandwagon was there long enough. It was coming past so slow. Lots of time to come.
Get on again.
Yeah. Tell me, reflecting on Pop's career and following it in the hype of that journey, how much did he affect you as a coach?
I mean, Timmy basically said it all. That bro he was solid. I mean, but funnily enough, I looked at the record and 1,336 games doesn't sound like a lot.
It doesn't. That was what I want to end this on. Like,
yeah.
It really doesn't feel like, I feel like you would have had that like long ago.
But if you think about it, on average, if a team wins 50, 60 games a year, it will take you 10 years to get to 600.
Just us. Look, 50. If your team is winning 50 a year, you quiet.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
great context.
1,300 is it's pretty decent. One thing that that reflected what Timmy said about his adaptability was when the big three broke up and he only had Kawhi for that 1 or 2 seasons or 1.5 seasons or whatever it was. But you could see a drastic change in the style of play where they went from team ball to very much an alpha ball dominant player who would take over in the fourth quarter. And his ability to coach both styles like became so evident when he only had Kawhi and a bunch of Nyers that they were trying to groom into a decent team. And you could see, like, for 3.5 quarters, they tried to move the ball, they tried to do things, and they just look cock. And then by the fourth quarter, he just, okay, Kawhi take over, and Kawhi just take over in the fourth quarter. It was interesting to see how he adapted to his personnel. But yeah, so interestingly enough, when I first looked at it, I thought 1,300 was such a little, but when you think about it in terms of per year, what you can win per year, it does put it into context. Yeah.
Nah, cheers. Cheers to the number one coach in the world.
I should have had my Spurs top on then. My Manu top.
I love that you mentioned Kawhi and that team, right? Which leads me to the next segment of LeBron James being on a poor Lakers team and putting up numbers that are ridiculous. And I actually think he is perfectly primed to be in that position for him to win the scoring title. But that's another conversation. LBJ is the best player on a poor team. Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, I did that. I did that. Kawhi Leonard was the best player on a poor team. Besides the two of them, which other player was a maximum scoring player that was on an absolutely poor team? Kirk, who you got?
That is millions. It's like this.
No.
as many.
Pick a bad team. Pick your bad teams, and then just the best of the cuckers players. That's the guy.
I mean,
so who's your guy?
Probably the one that stands out the most in recent history is Melo, because Melo was, I mean, that bra was a bucket, and he was happy to be on mediocre teams and be the and what's it, Bras? Jeremy Grant is going to be the next one.
Yeah.
Because he willingly wants to be in a cuck team.
Yeah. So he can get his minutes.
So in 5 years time, he'll say, that bra can score, but he's cuck. I mean, there's so many. It's like, especially if you play in an era where there's a dominant team. I suppose in the last 5 or 7 years, it's been basically Golden State and wherever LeBron goes that has hogged the spotlight. So choose any other bra that hasn't won a chip in the last 7 years, and you'll find. But
that's a nice pick. I like that pick, the Carmelo pick.
I suppose the previous one that I would rate would be Charles Barkley on the 76ers. I mean, that was a big story with him being such a dominant force in the Jordan era, and him forcing his way out of Philly for a chance at the title and moving to the Suns and then getting to the finals and losing in the finals to MJ after trying so hard, and after a career of just dominance. That's a guy that stands out as a brilliant bra on a cut team also.
So you weren't talking about, so I'm not sure, are you talking about a great player on a bad team, or are you talking about a bad team, like a good stats bad team guy?
Nah,
I'm talking on a bad team.
I'm talking like LeBron James right now.
A great player on a bad team.
A great player on a bad team.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which storyline?
So there may be. Look, you can argue whether this is a great player or not, right? But
is he in the Hall of Fame?
No, I was going to give you
is he on the 75?
A little bit more controversial. I mean, if you're going to go plus, if
Luka.
you can go with plus 75, you can go Russell, right? Yeah.
Luka.
Huh?
Luka.
That's motherfucker.
Hey, tell me who do you have, bro? Who do you have?
I mean, doesn't Bradley Beal meet your definition for now?
Yeah.
If that's good player.
Is he an elite player, or would you consider him to be like an elite player? I think he's like a okay player.
So I suppose I opened up with, will be controversial with he's like a great player or not.
Okay.
But
Okay.
big stats, big stats guy. And everybody
for
wanted
sure.
him. If he said he wanted to be out of Washington, right? There will be a variety of teams that are lined up for him.
Yeah.
That apparently were
That ship
interested in
sailed.
lining up.
That ship sailed because they can't afford moving at the moment.
I would.
Okay. So if you don't want to pick him, right? Lillard's no different.
Yeah.
But everybody wants him.
Face. Everybody wants him.
Yeah.
Do you think that he's you know what we should do one day? We should.
Yo, he's a piece though. You can't think he's not a piece.
Nah, man.
Even if you have a point guard, you'd want Lillard.
No, but look here, apparently he's hip or waist or whatever that thing is. It's crank.
Klar.
It's apparently his injury is a proper injury. Right. Plus
Or is that just
in one of his press
saying
conference,
that-
he said he's been injured for like a year. And he was trying to make it, he was trying to downplay it. But everybody was like, what, you haven't healed in a year? The fuck? Yeah, but the point is, you know, we should go through the exercise in one of these podcasts where they do that the like a player ranking, but like a straight up 1-for-1. Who would you take? Would you take this player over that player? Yeah. And see who would come out, who would come out top, because then you got to take into account like the years ahead, not just the now, etc.
Oh, but like, oh yeah, no. Yeah, that's complicated.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what makes it quiet. Yeah. Like
So
for example, Derozen. It'd be interesting to see where he falls in it. Because he's right now, it's quiet. But would you take him for your future? I don't know if I would.
Maybe,
but probably not.
depending on who you
How do we?
Okay. So for example, 1-for-1, Derozen or Booker?
Derozen.
Win.
Now,
For my future or for now?
No. My point is that's it. So now let's say I've got Derozen and you've got Booker, right? I'm
I'll
a
take
GM, you're a
DeRozan.
GM. Would you trade Booker for Derozen straight up?
Yes.
Would you say yes, but who do you have? I don't understand.
I'd go Derozen.
You go to Derozen.
Yeah.
No, there's no chance to go to Derozen. I'd go
I would
Booker.
go
I'd want
DeRozan. I would
Hey,
go
I'd want
DeRozan.
Derozen.
You what?
I
Why?
think if I wanted to win
The
a championship,
closer.
if I wanted to win a championship now, right now, this year, I think I would trust DeRozan more than Booker to lead my team.
But
lead my team.
here's the thing. But
I
so
wouldn't
then,
fucking trust Booker. I wouldn't trust Booker to lead my team on his own.
who are you, Toronto? Right? Because if you're a GM and you did that, you best win that year. Otherwise, you clear. Otherwise, you're out. You just
Yeah,
can't
I
go
mean-
Booker.
So the problem is DeRozan is like 32 and Book is 25. So if
That's my point.
you're not taking him for the future. You're taking DeRozan if you've got a team that can win now. So if you have LeBron and you have the opportunity to take to take DeRozan, you don't take Westbrook. You take DeRozan.
Yeah.
Yes. But my point
Yeah.
is that that's what makes this exercise a good one, right? Because if you were a GM, what would you do?
And also,
Right.
it depends on your intent. Are you building for long term or are you building for win now?
Exactly. That's why I started with
That debate
for
can
me
take
to win
forever.
this year.
Yeah.
This year.
If I have a team that can win now, I'll
Yeah.
take DeRozan. But if I don't
Yes.
have a team that can win now, and I'm building for the future, I'll take Booker, obviously.
So, but even that
Tell me,
is-
you feel different.
even
Why?
Even that is it's great, hey? What?
You feel different. Why? Why would you
Yes.
take Booker?
Because if I
To
was
win
a
this
GM,
year.
but if I was a GM, right, Booker will allow me the chance to win for the next 7 years. DeRozan, you might win this
Potentially.
year, you might not.
Potentially.
What? Potentially, yes. But my
Potentially,
point is,
Booker.
DeRozan's best season he's ever had was now. What makes you think that he's not Julius Randle of this year? What are the chances of him replicating this next year? And for how many years could he do it? If I'm a GM, right, I'm taking Booker every time. Every
Okay.
time.
I disagree
Yeah.
though. It
Well,
depends.
But that's why
depends.
you'll be a
If I'm the
GM.
GM,
You'll be a GM once.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
but it depends on what situation I'm in when I'm the GM.
He'll be a
If
GM
I-
once, and if he wins a chip with that move, he'll be a GM for a long time. after that.
Forever. I'll be a GM forever.
But
And you
if
take
don't
Booker
win
and
that, if
next
you
year-
don't win that 1 year, bro, then you clap.
So you take Booker, and next year ACL never reaches the same peak again. There, your 5-year plan is in its wall. Artists.
But I'll
It
get
can
another
happen.
job. I get another job because nobody's gonna write me off for taking Booker and winning that bid.
Okay. Okay, Timmy, you've got the Suns right now. You got the Suns right now. You can take Derozen and swap him for Booker. Would you?
No,
100%.
no, and I tell you why I wouldn't, right? Because I've already got the best
Fuck.
fucking record in the league. I've already got the best. What am I getting better at? So you're saying I must? That's a great example, actually, and thank you for making the point. The Suns are already the best team in the league, right? They'll likely be the best team in the league next year again, right? Maybe they must do an upgrade on the point guard over time, etc., etc. In this, I put all my eggs into one basket once off, right? Are you mad, right? Because what are the chances, even when you have the best record, of you actually winning, right? It's still marginal, right? It's still probably less than 20%. Why would I put all my eggs into a marginal upgrade of when I'm already the best, right? Potentially fucking with the team chemistry, right? For once off shot, when I'm already the best. Nah, that would be ludicrous.
Oh,
Good. Sick of good.
three reasons. So the first reason, we don't know about Booker's mental. Game 7 last year, he sat on the bench in the fourth quarter because he couldn't handle it. Okay, granted it was his first time in the finals, but he showed the potential to crack. Okay. Second reason, CP3 only has 2 more years left in him anyway. So planning for 5 years is pointless because you're going to lose a PG after 2 years, maybe 1 year. And thirdly, right now, Derozen is playing much better than Booker. And if you put Derozen into that Suns team, I say they win a chip this year.
Go, Timmy.
Your first comment about Booker's mental. How do you explain Derozen's mental in all of his playoff failures constantly as a Raptor? In fact, the only time the Raptors won is when they moved him out. So it's why he's had one good season. But he's had multiple failures in the playoffs. Multiple, right? He's melted down all over the place. Even his best friend, Kyle Lowry, when they were making that run, and they asked him either after a game or before the game, they said, Kyle, why is it that this year is different? And he looks over at Kawhi, right? And he goes, because that guy is here and not Derozen, his best friend, right? So that, I suppose that was the first point. Yeah. The second point, which is around Chris Paul, you're right. Right, he's a big part of what they do, etc., etc., etc. But they've carried on winning without him. Deborah hasn't played in a minute, right? He's still one of the best three. They're still one of the best 3 teams, right, in the league. Okay, and 3, I'm not arguing that Derozen isn't a great player now. I'm arguing that this is more likely to be an anomaly, right, for a shorter period of time, and the Suns are already the best. It would be a move in which if it doesn't come off, you are lost, you're done, right? And you don't need this to come off. Right, because the option now is you're already the best, and you could still be the best for the next few years.
Kirk.
This is why, by the way, this is why, right? Because
It is quiet.
Yeah, it's
We're
not
not
just
talking
who's
about
the best
anything else
now.
right now. Go.
So the thing about Derozen in Toronto, I mean, after that, I think it was when he got to the Spurs, he came out and he said he had been suffering from every mental issues and depression and blah, 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 blah. And he went through a bad spell through that period and into his Spurs period. I mean, I think the Spurs his time at the Spurs really helped him grapple with these, or overcome or deal with these mental health issues. And I think he's come out of it for the better. I think that's why he's in such a good place at the moment. That's why he's playing so well at the moment, is because he's come through this heavy patch in his life. My other point was, oh yeah, CP3 and Booker haven't proven themselves in this, in the finals yet. So if they fail again this year, I don't see them ever winning a title. If they don't get it right this year, this is their last shot. If they fall again this year, their mental is clear. CP will retire and Booker will not have CP3 and he will be his old Booker self. So it's a risk. It's a high risk, high reward situation. So either you ride your luck and say, okay, last year we didn't get it right, we're gonna try it again this year. And if you fail again this year, you're in the same boat as if you didn't load up on a Derozen and maybe guarantee a better or improve your chances of winning it. It's totally subjective.
But that's what's great, right?
Yeah,
that's the point of this. But you can argue over plays like this.
I fucking love it.
So funny you brought
it's the
this.
who says no argument.
So it's the funny you brought this up, because I was thinking about the GOAT conversation in this context. Like, if you had 4 players, any 4 players, doesn't matter, these 4 players got you to the finals, and you're playing against 5 players, doesn't matter which 5 players, you need to fill that 5th spot on your team. Would you take LeBron or would you take MJ? Play a game 6 in the finals. Interesting way of looking at it. And 100% of the time, I would take MJ because he's 100%. Actually, he hasn't played a game 7 because he's finished all his finals.
You know what's messed up though, right? Is because I'm firmly in the MJ camp. Yeah? But when you put it like that,
Thank you.
Would you really take LeBron over
I would,
MJ
honestly,
one game?
So with your whole
did
explanation,
you say one game? I didn't hear you say
Yes.
one game.
One game, yeah.
Nah, one game. I think I would choose LeBron.
You mad?
I think
You are mad.
I would choose a guy who's been there. If I had to choose him now, I think I'd choose a guy who's been there 10 times over 6 times.
And failed 6 of those times.
That's got nothing to do with this time.
It's got everything to do with it.
Remember, in the final.
You're putting your hopes on somebody that couldn't do it 6 out of 10 times. You're passing up on somebody that did it 6 out of 6 times. You mad? Take Derozen.
Okay, then I can find
What
wins.
What did he say? Go Derozen.
I said take Derozen.
I think LeBron is better with a worse team. I think he can get more out of worse players, right? If you give Jordan just a mediocre team, just a couple of Owens that are gonna fucking play defense, then I'll take Jordan. Yeah, but if the team was really cack, right?
I mean, the team got you 3 games in the finals already, so they can't be cack.
No, man. I mean, look, some of those Cleveland teams look haunt. Like if we go through some of those lineups.
Yeah, but that's why they got swept, and that's why they only won one in the finals.
Yeah.
Like LeBron got these Owens there.
But again, so remember, the Cleveland came out of a cuck East that was easy to get out of.
I don't know. I mean, like, I think that's a narrative there. I don't know if anything's easy in professional sports.
I mean, comparatively speaking, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of people
Anyway,
also say
that's a cuck topic.
Yeah. But I like that you phrased it that way. I like, because but everybody's gonna have their own opinion. Everybody's gonna have their own argument, and that's why we love sport. Really.
I mean, I don't know. The only way you'll pick LeBron is out of emotion. Because like, how are you gonna bet 6 out of 6 against 4 out of 10?
Because of experience. For me. For me. I think I'll
The experience of losing.
as anybody, Kegi. So if you go take LeBron and Michael out of the equation, put in 2 new players. A guy that's won 2 out of 2, or a guy that's won 3 out of
1 out
6.
of 7. 1 out of 7. Play 1 out of 7.
Yeah. So let's take those 2 players out of the equation. Let's find 2 new players and see if the argument still sits that you would choose and I would choose 4 out of 6, 4 out of 10 over 6 out of 6.
How
That's
about
the
0?
argument.
How about 0 out of 1 and 0 out of 7? Who would you take?
Shit. Yo, I would take 0 out of 7.
0 out of 7.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
no. Depends on what
I would take 0 out of 7.
Would you really take 0 out of 7?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Because
depending on what is, I would have to think long and hard.
in a
This
team
guy showed
sport,
that he can do football
in
in the
a
final.
team sport,
This guy showed. He's 0 out of 7.
Yes.
Derozen, 0 out of 1. Booker.
really? Oh shit.
It was 0 out
In
of
fact, in fairness, Derozen never made it to the finals.
Never made the finals.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Yeah,
This is just playoffs.
Exactly.
You didn't even get that far to get 0 out of 7.
So how many times has Book been in the playoffs?
No, that's what I said. I was just going playoffs. That's why I said 0-1, 0-7. I don't even know what's 7. It's probably more than 7. Sorry, I came around the back in that. My bad. As you guys were.
Okay, but let's see if we can come up with one scenario without.
Not right now, man. Not right now. It's gonna take.
Oh yeah. Actually, it's
Yeah.
gonna take too long. It's gonna take too long.
We do it for
All
next time. We do it for next time.
I
That's your homework.
wanna-
That's your homework, Tim. Come with 3
I don't know what
options.
the fuck we're talking about.
That's your game. That's your game. Come with 3
It's your
options.
game.
Oh, another
That's your
2
game.
players. I'll give you another 2 players next week. Another 2 players.
Okay.
No?
Okay. Let's move straight on to Kirk's pick at the beginning of the season, which was Golden State. Am I right? You went Golden State, right? They're about to get Draymond Green back. I feel that this is
Desmond
a
Green.
very, very exciting move.
Desmond Green. Desmond Green.
Yeah, Desmond
Yeah, I
Green.
did. typo. Timmy, I want to start with you. Let's talk Golden State now and what you think Draymond's going to bring. And then Kirk, if you can speak on what you know Golden State is before he was injured and what we can expect moving forward. Aware. Timmy, floor's yours, pal.
I think I'm a little bit more worried about Golden State than other people are, right? And here's my reason, right? Is Curry, when he gets the ball, other than right in front, they chuck a double team at him. And what he's doing great right now is immediately pass it. And generally what he looks to do is he looks to throw it just into that high post area. And that's where Green is, right? And Green does a great job of distributing. He looks for cutters. He looks for guys who are open. So once or twice he goes and scores himself. Yeah. The reality is that Curry's getting double teamed. Curry's finding the guy in the high post. Looney's finding people, right? It's not like they aren't getting open shots. They just not fucking making it. Now, if you tell me that because Green is there and Green passes him the ball, that suddenly the other person's going to make the shot, I'm going to go, I don't know if I fucking believe that. Why would that make any fucking difference? The defense is still quiet, right? The defense is legit regardless, right? They want to stop making shots. Now, you could say Green will bring an emotional thing, and maybe that's the case. But there's a lot there that would make me worry. Now, Clay went off 92 ago, 38 points or what have you. That's cool. If he doesn't do it consistently, or if Poole doesn't do it consistently, man, I think that maybe be in a little bit of trouble. Then I suppose maybe just one more point. I think Curry's relaxed. I'm not sure he's worried about too much, right? When playoff comes, he's not going to pass out of those double teams. He'll move a little bit more. And so maybe that will offset it. But if people's concept is that Green is going to make the difference, I'd go, like people are getting open shots. They're just fucking missing them, right? That's got to be fixed, not the Green part.
Eddie.
So I think it's more a combination of Green going down and re-acclimatizing to Clay that's caused the heavy speed bump. So, I mean, we all know shooting is a very mental thing. And when you bring in one of the best shooters of all time, coming back into a team that three of you have been comfortable playing in and comfortable getting your shots in, now all of a sudden you're second guessing because is it my spot that's going to be taken when Clay comes back? Who's going to get the pick? Who's going to drop down in the picking order? Blah blah blah. All of these things play into your mental, trying to figure out how you're going to gel with this team, with this fucking all-star coming back into the fold. And that, along with the fact that we don't have a Green who's on your case and encouraging this guy and motivating and swinging and finding the right guy and blah blah blah, all those things that just makes people feel better about themselves. All of those things have played into it, and we knew that it was going to be a rocky road when Clay came back. Not this rocky, but the rocky. But I think that as they just get more comfortable with the structure and the hierarchy and the flow of things, they I think they're on the right arc to go into the playoffs. Okay. Yeah.
You think? Yeah,
You
that was exactly what I was going to ask now. Yeah.
So
Sorry,
Golden State.
Okay, wait.
Great question, Tim. I was thinking the same thing.
No, he was cutting him out of that. You were going to
I was cutting me out. I was like, now you can ask. Ask a question.
Yeah, this you can't take direction.
Yeah. Would you pick them, Kurt?
So Golden State are a funny beast because they are very much matchup dependent. So it really depends on who they play. I wouldn't say blanket they can.
Okay.
Yeah. It really depends
do you agree? Tell me, do you agree that it's matchup dependent, or are we saying you don't pick them at all? Kirk, you obviously pick them, but it's matchup dependent, you're saying?
Very much matchup dependent for them, I think, yeah.
Okay, so
matchup in mood.
Do you agree, or is it a no-no for you?
So wait, so then let's play that out, because that would mean whose side of the bracket was they out? Phoenix would play Clippers. Memphis would play Minnesota. Golden State would play Denver.
He played 6.
Golden State plays Denver. Who you got,
and then if they get through Denver, Golden State then plays Memphis. So it's Denver, Memphis, assuming Memphis wins, Phoenix. How do you feel about those matchups?
Both of those teams they suckle with, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost the season series to Denver. I think they won only 1 out of 4. Memphis, I think Memphis beat him 2 out of 2. I can't remember what the matchup was. It could have been 3 out of 2. It could have been 2 out of 2. But yeah, though they circle with both those teams.
And then if you get through them, you get to Phoenix.
Actually, I don't think they circle with Phoenix. They've won their season series with Phoenix. I don't know, they seem that matchup doesn't bother them.
They seem fine with that. Okay. But still, yeah. So
okay, but your final call, Kurt, do they even go past the first round?
I'll still put my money on them, but it's a slog, bruh. It's a slog, bruh. I mean, have you guys seen the impact that Boogie's had on Denver?
I haven't watched enough to.
He's slotted in quite nicely. I mean, like I said, he basically plays the Joker role. He's like the poor man's Joker in that role, and it's just. And also, they've got a bride's gonna go move the other big man, while Joker gets the rest. So he will put one on. So Joker's got some krach there.
Support. Joker's got a Robin, yeah. But what's your call, Kirk?
I'm not gonna call it.
Thanks,
Look,
Tim.
I'm gonna have to say Golden State, but it's a very
For real?
It's
For
good.
real?
Yes, it's gonna
That's
be
emotion talking right there. That's
It's
emotion.
emotion. Yeah, it's a very dubious Golden State. I
That's
would hope that they would get through.
Yeah.
Golden State, yes.
You know what?
Okay, but now
Speak it with emotion,
put
Kirk. I respect that. I respect that.
I don't. That's Finn's.
Mister, I'll take
fencing.
LeBron over MJ because he's been in the finals 10 times. Emotion over it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hashtag I'm about that experience life, boy.
You see, and that's why he doesn't respect emotional picks because he knows it's a lot of cack.
I don't know what's happened, but I felt like we all lost.
Sometimes when you lose, you actually win a card.
Yeah. Timmy, does Golden State make it past Denver?
Look, I wouldn't bet against them making it past Denver. I think it'll be a quiet series, right? I think they beat them, right? I'm not convinced they're going to make it past Memphis, right? I think they are going to get they. But you know, I mean, you know what I think it's going to be like. I remember watching Spurs Golden State, and I think it may have been. It was also a second. I think it was in the second round, right?
The Zaza series.
Yeah, it was the coming of age. Was it the Zaza? It's the one where Spurs won, but they won in like 6 or 7. Yeah,
no, that was
but
Zaza,
but you were like, yo, next year these owns are gonna be quiet, right?
Yeah.
That may or may not be the case for Memphis this year, right? Even if Golden State do make it through Memphis, I think they would have been punched in the face by the Joker. I think they would have been punched. They would have taken lots of body shots, in the nuts by Memphis. And I think by the time, if they do make it through there and Phoenix are healthy, I think Phoenix will rip their hearts out.
So wait, so who do Phoenix play?
So Phoenix will first play
Utah,
the
Dallas.
Okay. What?
He'll go through Utah and Dallas.
No. Oh, yes. Well, I mean, first will be the Clippers or the Lakers.
Yeah.
No, Clippers. It will be the Clippers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So no, it'll be Minnesota. It'll be the Clippers.
Clippers, yes.
Yeah.
Clippers the Clippers.
Do we believe the Clippers are going to beat the Lakers? Or
they'll moor them 4-0. 4-0.
Only one game, right? So it's only one game, but it's fine. Okay. Oh, that's the actual score, 4-0.
Yeah.
That might be the case.
No. Phoenix and Clippers 4-0.
Okay, cool. All right. And then after that, Phoenix are going to play the winner of Utah or Dallas.
Dallas.
I hope it'll be Dallas.
Dallas
hasn't played well against Phoenix, eh?
Nine.
Easy round. Phoenix got the easy round.
Phoenix is clapping you.
I think Phoenix will get through that, unfortunately. Right?
Yeah.
Look at it. I won't lie. The Dallas fans are going to be happy. They get out the first round.
Yeah.
And so
you're losing to the number one team.
Hey?
Yeah, you're losing to the number one team. That's all right.
Although I must say that that Dallas Utah series is not cast in stone because I mean we've seen playoff Spider-Man go before.
Yeah, true story.
He's different to regular season.
No, true story. I think one of my favorite series ever was Denver Utah. That was sensational.
Yeah.
But that was.
I mean, imagine him going up against Luka.
Yeah.
That would be coming to watch.
Although at least Denver, Utah, they were matched up. Like Spider-Man's not going to mark Luka, and Luka's for damn sure not going anywhere near Mitchell.
No.
Yeah. Only if they set screens to go and look for the and look at us. By the way, did you guys watch? The game last
Boston
night?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Luka goes and looks for bigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, poor go.
That's because he's slow. That's because he's slow.
Slow poison, brother. Slow poison.
Yarr. How that Brad does it, man. Nice.
It's because he got a fit hole, that's why.
All right. He does have a fit hole, my bro. How does he? Anyway. Okay. I'd love to do this in the East quickly, fellas. Who does Miami play? And who do the Bucks play?
Okay, wait. Does Miami get to the first round? Because they playing Brooklyn. Actually, in fairness, they're not going to play Brooklyn. Because Brooklyn is 8th now. But that means that Brooklyn plays Toronto first, right? And Brooklyn is going to... Actually, Kyrie's not playing in that game either.
Yo.
Because that's in Toronto and Kyrie can't play there.
Yo.
So who wins?
Brooklyn wins that. They'll have Simmons, then they'll win that.
Okay, cool. So Brooklyn will actually finish.
Also, KD's on fire right now.
So Brooklyn will finish 7th, right? So and let's assume. So who's going to come out of Atlanta, Charlotte, Toronto?
Toronto is winning that matchup.
Okay, cool.
Regardless of who they play there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Toronto is going to play Miami.
Yeah.
Miami's getting through that.
Yeah.
Miami's fine with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That means Miami will then play the winner of Chicago-Boston.
Anyone's game, pal. Anyone's game, pal.
I don't know who I'm putting money on.
You don't know, even this.
All comes back, brother. It all comes back around you.
Can you just the thought of like a Miami Boston series or a Miami Bull series? Maybe that's hard, my bro.
Listen, first of all, the Chicago-Boston series, I mean, other than Dallas, Utah, might be my favorite.
Deep in tradition.
Sure.
You can't miss a single game. You can't.
I'm going to be very tired after these playoffs, right?
God.
Very tired. And all of those fucking games are +2 games. All those ones in the East.
It's a cuck series.
The worst, guy.
The
worst.
That you go on social media lockdown and you wake up at 5 and you watch those.
Yeah. It's the only way. It's the only way.
I don't have to go on a video on social media lockdown from 2 to 5 in the morning.
Have you seen Charlie? Operate when he's warm?
Charlie at night.
My alarm goes off and it's actually the alarm is Charlie telling me who won.
97 messages.
Yo. Okay.
Yo.
I don't know if I can confidently put money down that Miami beat either. Nah.
I think they'll beat
Chicago.
They'll beat Celtics comfortably. They'll circle with Chicago.
Listen, I mean, one game we shouldn't overact on, but Dallas didn't really beat the Celtics last night. The Celtics did some weird fucking shit.
But that wasn't an anomaly. That was a scrappy game.
That
was
You had random people taking bad shots in that team.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah. There were long periods where Jason Tatum didn't shoot the ball.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here?
But hold on.
He
So
was
actually,
circling.
I want
He
to
was
talk to you guys
circling
about
last
that.
night.
Yeah. So, and the same thing happens with Curry.
He's gonna compliment Mavericks for bottling Tatum.
No. I'm going to criticize because a few teams are doing this now. They throw a double team right on the corner for the primary playmaker. The primary playmaker gets rid of the ball, right? And then for 10 positions, right? Some random fucking people take forced shots, right?
Yeah.
Why do NBA offenses not realize this? Have the primary playmaker walk over half court with it. So it's early in the shot clock. You then release the ball. Then the team goes into scramble mode, right? Because they don't actually want anybody to get an open shot. And while they're scrambling, give the ball fucking back to the playmaker, right? And then you're number one. Like that's not fucking rocket science. Right? It's not. And watching the wrong guy take 10 shots is painful.
Yeah. It's no
Even
fun.
when I was
It's no fun for
supporting-
anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought
I'm
the same.
frustrated on behalf of Celtics fans.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Who ends up second in the East? Giannis.
They actually
Well,
third.
Philly's there now,
But
right?
they tied on 2.5.
Nah. I believe Giannis comes out second. Philly's still testing waters, I think.
Okay. So listen, I don't think anybody won second.
Yeah.
Because then you get Brooklyn.
Because they feel like
And then it's anyone's game.
I'm like, no, fuck that shit.
but we want to see a Brooklyn
Philly.
Bucks.
No.
Brooklyn Bucks.
I want to see
I
Brooklyn
want
Philly first. Listen,
It's
guys.
revenge.
Guys,
It's revenge for
2 or
last
3.
year.
2 or 3, so long as somebody finishes 7, right? So long as Brooklyn wins game 7, they're first gonna play 2 and then they're gonna play 3. Right? So we're gonna see both.
Yo.
You know?
True.
So you might as well warm it up with first go Philly, right? And then go Bucks afterwards.
Yeah.
Because look,
How
if they play Philly, I think
is
they beat
that?
Philly. If they
higher-
play the Bucks, I'm not sure that
The
I'm not
further they
I
go,
don't
the
know if
more
they go to
spicy the
Bucks.
matchup. So
Yeah.
you want to see them in the conference finals
Yeah.
or the semifinals.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Look, I
Yeah.
still hope the Bucks beat them. If they play against Philly, I don't care who wins. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just mood each
Okay.
other.
Ideally, the Bucks end up first. So that we can have a Bucks Brooklyn final.
Yeah.
Revenge.
Yeah. If the Bucks
That would
finish
be like-
first, they'll get them in the
that would
conference
be
finals.
Marketing perfection. If you can get Giannis and KD. Actually, for this year, you actually won 76ers and Brooklyn in the final with how Embiid and KD went at it.
Listen,
That's boring.
Have you watched
Nobody
the
cares.
Philly team? I was hopeful.
Nobody cares.
I kind of want them to do well. But they don't look. I mean, they've got a few games. There's something that doesn't look right.
It's Harden. Harden is becoming the next Westbrook, the poison chalice.
Yo,
I can't
that
even
is a
argue.
statement and a half.
I want him to do well though. I like. There's something I want to beat him to do well.
Yeah.
I like the rest. That just when yeah, it just doesn't look right.
Like Han Solo and his Wookiee.
You know what's funny? Have you ever seen or watched Harden when he scores a cool bucket and then he goes shouting, you know, that you see how small his mouth is.
And then Gop hangs on his butt when he
Like a fish.
got all this cock hanging on his beard. Yeah, like oh.
My bad.
Just want
My
somebody to
bad, my
wipe it
bad.
off like okay.
All right. Oh, goddamn shit. All right, Katie, what games can we look forward to?
Yo, there's just games this week.
Is it?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been that surprised. I should know.
All
Right?
the games are going to be quiet now because every game really matters right now.
Yeah. There's a few good games. I don't know which nights. I just went through the list and I picked them out. There's Denver, Philly,
That's
there's
tonight.
Dallas, Brooklyn.
Denver, Philly. Oof.
Dallas, Brooklyn. That's a good one.
Yes.
Lakers, money is not bad. Boston, Golden State is going to be a good one. Dallas,
Yo.
Philly. That's another good one.
Bucks Jazz is tonight also, eh?
That's a game. Can the Jazz even win a game? When last have they won?
Nah, look at you know why I know the Jazz are winning games? Because Dallas can't fucking catch them.
Oh yeah.
And but you know the interesting thing is now teams are gonna try to figure out which ones must win or which won't, right? So Utah, Dallas, Denver are in this quadrant. They must win, right? And they're all like one game away from each other.
Yeah.
Right? Chicago, Boston.
Yeah.
Actually, Milwaukee's not too far away. Philly's not too far away either. All of them. And all of them need to try and figure out how do they avoid Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So some of them are going to be trying to lose. Some of them are trying to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Utah have lost every other game this month. They won one, lost one, won one, lost one, won one, lost one, won one, lost one. So they're 50% for the month.
That's great. I hope they lose a couple.
Keep doing that.
Yeah.
And they've got a tough few games coming up. They got Milwaukee, Chicago, Brooklyn, Boston, Dallas.
Yo.
Jeez.
Yo.
That's great news.
But wait, are they home or away?
I don't care.
Some home, some away.
That's
And mix
rough.
of home in a way.
That's rough.
They got a tough close out to the season, actually. I think let's see what Denver or what Dallas's close out looks like. Ooh. Actually, not so bad. Brooklyn, Philly, Charlotte, Mini, Houston, Mini, Utah, Lakers, Cleveland, Washington. They got an easy run.
That doesn't sound as hard as Utah's.
No.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
think
even come close to Utah's.
I think they'll jump over Utah.
How does that affect Dallas's chances?
No, it's still 4-5. It just means Dallas got a home game. No, home court advantage.
Yeah.
That's all.
So then they
unless
should
Denver
if they
catches
get home
Utah.
court, they should come out of Utah, out of the first round.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Well, hopeful. I'd be happy. I'd be a happy supporter then.
Unless Utah drops down to 6.
But that's why because then Dallas will play Denver.
Yeah.
I think I don't believe in Denver. I mean, I believe in the Joker. I don't believe in Denver. I'm not putting money on them in
I put it the fool. What is the fool?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Campazzo, who's he gonna guard? In any of the team that they play against.
That prize of fuck, yeah. He's worse than Delegate Dover.
They must kak vast. They must kak vast. I'll give you that though. I'll give you that. He's like a fox terrier.
Like a modern day JJ Barea.
Nah. JJ Barea was dope.
The OG Raptor, my bro.
JJ Barea.
His arms didn't look long enough when he shot the ball.
And his head got in the way. He had to turn his head to get his arm, the ball next to him.
He was all in, Dry. He was all in. The views of the show.
Oh. Nah, you look like funny. God damn. Modern day JJ Barea. Yes, fellas. I'm gonna just laugh.
That shows how deep this.
Yeah. A little midget Mike Tyson.
Look at that should be the intro to our show. Just waist lumbing like that.
Shit. All right, peace out, fellas. Peace out, God, man. God damn. Safe.